I want to welcome all of you to our third Global Emerging Technology Summit.
We're going to talk about the state of democracy around the world.
What we're seeing now are revisionist powers who are trying to gain a dominant position to create exclusionary areas of primacy.
Europe's position is very clear right now. We will stand by Ukraine for as long as it takes.
As my president says, small Soviet army never can beat large Soviet army. So technology is something that makes a difference.
Maybe the biggest challenge is making every citizen feel that they really have a chance.
I would encourage young people to rethink democracy as a social technology.
The world is so complicated now that the way we're going to win is because we're going to innovate our future.
We are honored and privileged to be with Evan Spiegel, co-founder and CEO of Snapchat.
And U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken.
Avril Haines, the Director of National Intelligence.
We're trying to put together essentially a strategy for how we're approaching artificial intelligence.
This is going to be a little bit faster than most of you are used to. Okay, I heard a wow, I heard a wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, an American icon, Pat Gelsinger.
One of the things that China does is it steals intellectual property.
Make no mistake, AI is here to stay, and I strongly believe it's in the best interest of our country to fully harness this growing power.
One of the incredibly useful aspects of this technology is that it's able to analyze immense amounts of information.
The world's a very different place than even 5 years ago. We've seen global crises shake nations around the world to their very foundation. But we've also seen wondrous innovations that not too long ago seemed to only belong in science fiction.
About 13 years ago or so, 14 years ago, we started to see the beginnings of what is now called deep learning. We saw a whole new way of doing software.
My favorite speaker today has definitely been DNI Avril Haines. I think she is an icon.
Alexei Navalny's daughter coming to talk about what Russians in the country are doing, how they're using technology to push back against Putin's power.
Our National Security Advisor, McMaster, right, who's just one of the most intelligent people I think I've ever heard speak.
I've come to several of the events. They're always world class. They have fantastic speakers.
I really learned more than I expected, but I actually found myself very, very engaged in listening to the different speakers.
I think this is the best venue in Washington every September when you can have these conversations, when you can see these applications, where we bring together decision makers, tech leaders, academic leaders, really in one room to say, like, how does the United States with allies and partners stay ahead?